Hello, I'm teacher Polens. I have been teaching English for about 16 years. I usually teach grammar and the reading and writing areas of ESL, TOEIC, TOEFL, and IELTS. I hope that you will choose to study with us. See you soon!
Okay, so for this one, for task 2, the last type of question is the 2-question essay, which means the question has 2 questions. So first, we have their introduction, as always, introduce the topic, okay, what the topic is all about, and then the second sentence, you will give the answer for the 2 questions. Okay, I will explain this one further later. For your body 1, you will have to discuss the answer of the first question, and then paragraph 2, the answer of the second question. There are some cases wherein the questions are really different, though they are connected but different. It's different from like advantage, disadvantages, discuss both views, they are different. Okay. And then they have the same topic, just 2 different questions. And for the conclusion, it's related with your introduction. You restate or summarize the main points that you will be discussing. So the second sentence here, this one here, and then your body paragraphs plus conclusion, they're all connected. All right. So this was the question I gave you. In education and employment, some people work harder than others. Why do some people work harder? Okay. Is it always a good thing to work hard? They mention here a specific question or a specific area, education and employment, but do not limit yourself here. This is given just for you to have a focus on what to discuss, but do not be limited in this area. Okay. So the questions are, first question is, why do some people work harder? And the other one, is it always a good thing to work hard? Okay, so what's the topic of the question?
People, why do people work harder?
Okay, so this is about some people work harder. So this is our main topic. And then this is something that we will have to paraphrase later. And then for this one, why do some people work harder? What reasons did you give? So, for example, in school or work or something like that, or at home.
Like they're what I mentioned is I remember one is they're responsible to themselves and their parents in school.
Okay. Responsible.
And,
What else?
what did I write?
They're passionate, I guess. That's the one that you
Yeah,
mentioned.
They're passionate in their work.
Okay. And is it always good thing to work hard? The term there is always. Is it always good if you work hard?
No.
Okay, like that. So this one is, for example, no, because of the term or because of the adverb always, right? Okay, now,
Yeah.
so what we're going to do is, for the introduction, introduce and then state your opinion. So this, you said, some people can be very hardworking in education and employment fields than others. So for this one, in education and employment fields, okay, if we will paraphrase the statement, this one is okay. Okay, so education and employment. Okay, but do not limit only your opinion in this area. You can add others if you want to. Then there are some reason, because of your word some, because of the adjective some, let's add s. There's some reasons. Okay, why people work harder, but it might not always be a good thing. And then this one, to work harder. Okay, so instead of by working, because by is normally describing how, but here we are talking about the action, so to work hard. Okay, so this one, then we have to work hard. Okay, and as I've mentioned earlier, it would be good if you will state the reasons, like responsible and then passionate, you can mention that. So you can say there are some being responsible and passionate makes people work harder, like that. You can mention that one. So you can mention this one in your sentence. And is it always good? Then you can mention that one also. But it is not always good to work harder than others. Okay, so you can mention those things also. Okay, right. So that is the meaning of this one. State the answers for both questions. By the way, Gia, why is it not always good to work hard? What's the reason?
Um, what I write is like, for example, in a group work,
Mm,
sometimes people think that you're so hardworking and they will just be lazy and you have to
mm,
like take care of all the tasks. Yeah, and
okay.
they won't appreciate what you did. Yeah, this is what I
Yes.
write. I remember.
Okay. So you're not appreciated. At the same time, you will get all the tasks, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Because people will get lazy and then they will think, oh, it's okay, Gia will do it, like that. So they will depend on you too much. So depend on you. So this actually can be a big problem because they might not do their task and then they will all depend on you to do it. Okay. So for the introduction, this way, when you write this way, it's okay. But if you're going to add this one, it's also possible. So for example, let's paraphrase this one. Let's just paraphrase your uh, thesis statement. Okay. So you can say that being responsible and passionate make people work harder. And then, but it might not always be good for the person may not be appreciated and always depended on all tasks. Okay, you can write this way also. This is another way of writing your thesis statement if we will be more specific with our thesis statement. But your sentence is okay. This is already good. Okay. Right. For your body one, as what we have mentioned, should be an answer to the first question. So we will have to describe why some people work harder. So you said, normally passionate people will be working. Be careful with your verb. Okay. So we'll be working. So this one. Later on, I will be adding some of the explanations, especially for this ones later. Okay. Before I will send your homework back. Okay. So passionate people will be working harder than other people. Then for examples, a person who loves his job will definitely put some effort into the work, even the job is boring to others and not a high paid job. This one, you don't have to, by the way, when do we use the expression, for example?
When giving an example.
Okay, but remember, example and explanations are different. Okay. So for this one, when we talk about example, let's say, in my company, like that, in ABC company, my coworker, like that, that is an example. So it's specific. But the one that you mentioned here is just an explanation. So let's not use for example. Okay. So after you mentioned about this one, semicolon, and then this is an explanation. Okay. So harder than other people. And then a person who loves his job, okay, will definitely put, instead of some, let's use more because our emphasis is they work harder than the others. So let's use put more effort or exert more effort into the work, even the job is boring to others and not a high paying job. And then this one now is a period. And then you start with another sentence, okay? So it is because they want to treat the thing that they care seriously. Okay, there is a problem here when it comes to your pronoun reference. Okay, that's why I mentioned last time, if you remember, when you write your essay, it's better to use plural form. So rather than using a person, what should we do? What should we use? People. Okay, so people who love their job, right? It's easier because in your next sentence, they. So that means we are referring to plural form, right?
Okay.
Okay, so like that. So they love their job. We'll definitely put more effort. Okay, so let's remove S because effort can be uncountable as well. Can put more effort into the work even the job is boring to others and not a high paid job. It is because they want to treat the thing that they care seriously. Or instead of thing, maybe you can mention task or their job or their company. Okay. Okay, treat the job that they care seriously. And then this one, besides, the reason why some students work harder than the other is that they have some goals that want to achieve. Okay, this one now is referring to reason why people or students work harder, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so for this one, besides, the reason why some students work harder than the other, okay, there is a difference between the other and then others. I will be putting down these comments later on, okay? So,
Okay.
than others. Okay, than others is they have some goals that want to achieve. Okay, that, let's add here subject. They want to achieve. Okay, like have a good results in test. Okay, let's change this one into having. Because like is followed by a noun, okay?
Okay.
So having or receiving a good result, okay? Let's use receive. Receiving, and then this one here, you receive, your result is plural. So let's remove a. So just receiving good results, okay? In test, and it is because they are responsible to themselves and their parents. Okay. So there are two reasons mentioned, being responsible and also being passionate with the job. So you were able to answer the question, why? Okay, good. Next, for body 2, this one is it always a good thing to do hard or to work hard? So you said, apart from this, it is always a good thing to work harder than others. Okay, when you say apart from this, what are you referring to?
The reason.
You mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, but if we will use this one, it seems like you are supporting this part. You are supporting the previous paragraph, but the paragraph will be talking another topic or talking about another topic, right? So it is always good thing to work hard. So instead of saying apart from this, you will try to um, refute or give the opposite side, which is it's not always good to work harder. So rather than using this, we can use however. And then we will make your sentence negative rather than saying, I don't think so here. Okay, so it would be like this one. However, and then rather than a question, okay, and then this one. It is, and then not always. Okay, so it is not always a good thing to work harder than others so that your opinion will be mentioned. already. So rather than saying, I don't think so, then you go direct to the point. So however, it is not always a good thing to work harder than others. Okay.
Okay.
The next, if a person always, okay, work hard, sometimes it will have some disadvantages in some way. So what disadvantages are these? This one, right? Your example. So
Right.
we will change this one again. So if, and then change this one again. Okay, Gia, grammatically your sentence is correct. I mean, having a subject which is singular is correct. But sometimes if we are going to do this, the tendency is we will have pronoun reference error. Because if we have only one, like he, him, his, like that, right? But if we have plural, at least we only have one, they. That's it. Okay. So if people always work hard. So look at your verb. Your verb is work. So if the subject is people, it's okay. This is right, right? So if people always work hard, sometimes it will have some disadvantages in some way. Okay. So this one, we can accept this one because you're talking about the disadvantage, but we will not use for example. Okay, we will remove this one and then go direct to the point. And then change this to, again, they. They will be the one. So this one. They will be the one who, then put this, put S with this one because it's plural. They will be the ones who suffer. Okay. They will be the ones who suffer in a group work. Okay. No matter it is in school. Okay, instead of no matter, because when we say no matter, like it doesn't matter, right? But instead of using this expression, since you're referring to two areas, you can use whether. Whether A or B. Do you remember this one?
Yeah.
Okay. I will be giving some explanations later, okay? Whether it is in school or company, okay? When people realize that there is someone who is hardworking, okay, let's use just some. There are some who are hardworking, meaning some people. We will use the plural form. So there are some. Okay, there are some who are hardworking. Okay, so this one's the ones that I'm changing. It's not wrong. Just we will have to use the plural. Okay, are hardworking. Like this, you use they. So if we will use singular person here, like person, singular noun, and then suddenly they, our pronoun reference will be different. So you will say, people realize that there are some who are hardworking. They might be lazy at their work and wait for others. Okay. So wait has a partner, and wait is always, oftentimes, always partner with for, wait for. Okay, wait for others to help them to finish the work. This kind of people, so this kind of people normally would not appreciate the other's efforts. Hence, the one that work harder will be in unfavorable situation. Okay, so sometimes, okay, so this one now is okay, right? So when it comes to the content of your body 1 and 2, they're very clear. So we can see the answer for the first question and the second as well. Clear. The only thing that you have to be careful with will be your subject and then verb agreement. So for you not to commit these ones, pronoun reference error, always use plural, okay? And then for the giving of example, examples are normally the last part, like very detailed one. So for example, if you say, is Malaysia very hot?
Yes.
Okay. How many degrees normally in a day during the daytime?
Sometimes can be 20 something, but sometimes can be 30 something.
Oh my gosh, very hot. Okay, for example, we will say some Asian countries are very hot. So that's our main topic. And then Malaysia also experiences high temperature. That's an explanation. And then, for example, last Monday, the temperature was 32 degrees Celsius, like that. So, for example, is more specific, okay?
Okay.
That is the use of, for example. Okay. So, body one, good. Body two, also good. Let's have your in conclusion. So, in conclusion, it is not always a good thing to work hard and even work harder than others. It will make the people who work hard take a lot of disadvantages in education and employment fields. Grammatically, there's no problem. But what you can do is you can restate what you did here. So you can do this one in the introduction, and then we can put this one in the conclusion if you want. So you can write that like this in conclusion, and then comma, and then like that. Then this will be okay also. So the reason why we can do this one is we will have to restate what you have been discussing or what you had conclusion mentioned in your body paragraph. So you can do this way. Okay. So your sentence is okay, but this one is better because it contains the information that we wanted to discuss or that you discuss in your essay. So in conclusion, being responsible and passionate, this one. So this is actually connected with this one. Okay, good job. So that is for your task too. Okay. Do you have any question?
So for task 2, like one mark can I get?
For task two, um, for your task response, you can get around 6 because you were able to answer it. And then for coherence and cohesion also, you can get 6. And then for the vocabulary, so far there's no problem. It's possible to get 6. And then for the grammar part, because the uh, ah sorry, for the coherence and cohesion, you can get 6, but because of your pronoun reference, the connections of your sentences had a little bit problem. So that might be 5.0, and then grammar also 5. So 6, 5, 6, 5. Okay. And then we can get the average for that. That is for task 2. That's why you have to be very careful with your reference because it will affect the flow of your ideas. And then for the description and then the details, this one is okay. You were able to answer the question. That's why task response will be okay. All right.
Okay.
Just be careful with that one. So verb tenses and then the reference, those are very important. Okay. Because some changes might change the meaning or your statement might be misunderstood. So if there is misunderstanding, the organization of your ideas will be affected. That's why coherence and cohesion will be affected as well. Okay. Transition devices, those are under coherence and cohesion. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any question?